I'm going to start with Charlie and go backward. There is currently a lot of pressure on Texas school districts. There's currently a lot of pressure on school districts coming from organized parent groups to ban books in schools relating to LGBTQ issues. What are your general thoughts on this issue?
As I wrote in for League of Women Voters, ban books. If they're in a school library, they should be put away in a secure area where children can't just arbitrarily get their hands on them. But I also believe too that it's up to the parents that if they want their child to read the books, so be it. But that's left up to the parents. And that's all I have on that. I just leave it up to the parents. They don't belong in the school system. If we have to have them, then they should be in a secure area where you just can't get your hands on them.
As far as books in a school library, it's been in the news about parents attending school board meetings and having issues with books in the library. My personal feeling about it is that if there's a book in a school library that cannot be read aloud at a school board meeting in front of all participants without the person reading it being censored or asked to sit down, then that book probably does not belong in the library. If you can't read it in front of people because of the content is objectionable or offensive, then it shouldn't be in the library for kids. And that's just, to me, that's common sense. I don't have any issues with people choosing their gender or their type of sex life. That's a private matter. But libraries are public, and I think that we need to make sure that everybody in the public is satisfied that those books can be viewed and read aloud to everyone. And that's my feeling.
I believe that we need to give our librarians credit for the books they choose, right? They're the professionals. They're around the children, they know. From a personal standpoint, I went to school. When I started school, I was learning to read from Dick and Jane books. Dick and Jane looked nothing like me, played games that I knew nothing about. I think books need to reflect the population that we represent. Right? Kids need to be able to read books that they identify with and relate to. Books where the characters in those books look like them. And that's my take on that. If you don't want to read a book, you don't want your child to read a book, don't check it out. That's it. Thank you.
You know, a lot of this is being done sort of in the name of protecting kids, and I think that in reality it's kind of being done to sanitize history and to, you know, not necessarily, we run around saying there's pornography, there's smut in our schools, and can you believe that Mrs. Smith is telling her kids that they ought to do this stuff? And that's crazy. None of that is happening. I think we've got to trust librarians. We've got to trust teachers about the choices that they're making.